Hi, welcome to Business Time. I am Melisha. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. We will be talking about teamwork. Yes, teamwork makes the dream work. All right. I believe that you will have a very good idea of what teamwork is. Well, teamwork is when two or more persons work together to achieve the goals of an organization. Now, we are going to be looking at some advantages and disadvantages of teamwork. Let's look at some advantages. Work can be completed within a shorter time period because more persons are able to get a task done than if one person was doing it. Think about it. When you have something to do and you have to do it alone, it will take a longer time than if you were to get somebody else to help you to get that same thing done. And with the two of you working together, let's say it would have taken you like 5 minutes. With somebody else helping you, it will take you like 2 minutes. So guess what? Teamwork is indeed a good thing. The second advantage of teamwork is that there will be better quality goods and services because the team will be made up of persons with various skills and ability. And you know that. Imagine when you get your group work, right? And you have somebody who is good at English, and so you would perhaps make that person do the editing of the work. You have somebody else who is good at typing, so of course that person will be typing up the work, right? And you might have somebody who's good at designing things. They can draw well. You might have that person do some illustrations for the work, for the group project, or something like that. And so guess what? When you perhaps could only do good research and get material and nothing else, so guess what? The quality of the work would be better, definitely. And so teamwork, again, is a very good thing. The third advantage of teamwork is that better or more informed decisions can be made because the team will be brainstorming to come up with the best possible decision. Sometimes you have to bounce your ideas off others because what they think of, you did not think of it at all. And so it's so good when you can work with others, and the things and suggestions that they come up with, they would work perfectly, and you by yourself would definitely not have come up with those suggestions. And so again, teamwork is great. The fourth advantage of teamwork is that it helps to build relationships among team members as they will get to learn more about each other. Of course, when you work with others, and by being in meetings with them time after time, you get to know a little bit more about them each time, what they like, learn a little bit more about their personalities. And over time, you build your network, and some persons, become good friends from working in a team, with others. So, teamwork is indeed a good thing. Now, even though teamwork is an excellent thing, if we're not careful, we could run into trouble. So here are some disadvantages of teamwork that we have to be very mindful of. All right, the first one is that decision making can be long as everyone wants to have an input in the discussions, and so it can go on and on if somebody does not put an end to it. Because of course it's not just you just coming up with your own idea and deciding what you're going to do, but everybody who is a part of the team would want to have an input. And so that can just go on and on and on. Have you ever been into meetings and the people will not stop talking, and you have some persons who love to talk? Oh my word, I cannot deal with it sometimes. Yeah. Yes, that's the same thing. That's the same feeling when you are a part of a team or a group. The second disadvantage is that some team members may not do what they are supposed to do. Have you ever been into a group with some lazy people? Lord of mercy. And if you don't even tell them what to do, they will not even take the initiative to ask, what can I do, to contribute? And even when you tell them to do something, they still do not do it. And so, what you find is that others are burdened to get the work done. Though we don't like that aspect of teamwork is still good, but then we sometimes will end up in situations like these, and so we have to plan carefully to try to avoid these things as much as possible. The third disadvantage of teamwork is that the best decision may not be made, as persons may agree to do something because the other person is their friend, or they like the other person, or they and they will ignore the best suggestion that was made because they have a dislike for the person. And so we have to be so mindful of that we are working for the best, the good of the organization, and so we cannot afford to make decisions because of things like these. The fourth disadvantage of teamwork is that there can be conflicts, as persons may have different personalities, and what you find sometimes is that the ones with the dominant personalities, they may want things to be done their way all the time, and because the others are not up to that, there is conflict and chaos. And then in some instances, persons malice each other, persons come bother and say they don't show up to meetings. Yes, these things are a reality. Yes, I tell you. And so we have to be so mindful of these things, so that we have to work to avoid them as much as possible. Okay, so that is it for teamwork. Hope you learned something. See you next time.